Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Global Energy Metals channel, giving investment exposure to the electrified future. Joining us, as always, the Chief Executive Officer, Mitchell Smith. Welcome back, sir.
Hello, thanks very much for having us.
Always a pleasure, brother. We got lots to dive into today. What a fascinating time to be in the commodities market. Now, your globally diversified projects are offering intriguing exposure to cobalt, copper, gold, silver, and nickel. And as these metals have been rallying aggressively, I really want to hone in on the more recent macro event with nickel having this insane short squeeze, and even cobalt has just been going through the roof. Can you kind of break down what's going on in that environment?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's been a wild ride and very volatile in the markets over the last little bit with these metals. And I think it really emphasizes the point that there needs to be diversification of supply of these metals. There needs to be a stability within securing those key elements that are going into an electrified future. Again, like you said, I mean, the global energies is very well positioned to benefit from these macro commodity events.
Yeah, and I want to just mention, because I know that probably, I don't know how much Russia was involved with the nickel short squeeze, because they are a huge exporter, but the diversification you guys are offering and looking at just the renewables space and how that's going to evolve, like there's still going to be a huge supply demand crunch. So the bullish sentiment around these commodities seems like it should continue moving forward, even if we see a small reduction from the current prices. But anyways, putting that aside, more or less focusing on the actual moving forward of your business. I mean, you recently did a private placement raising over $1 million. And on top of that, you just started the drilling campaign at the Millennium Cobalt, Copper, and Gold project. Do you kind of want to segment those two? Tell us what you're doing with that cash and talk a little bit about these drill programs.
Yeah, definitely. So we closed the first tranche, a little over $1 million oversubscribed. We actually increased it, and we expect to close a tranche 2 here in a very short while. There is still room for participation, so we do welcome new investors to participate in that. The funds that are being raised are going to be used to explore and further develop our Nevada-based Lovelock and Treasure Box projects, which are highly prospective for nickel, copper, and cobalt. And then to answer the second question about Millennium, yes, our partner Metal Bank, a very well established mining group based in Australia, has just announced the commencement of exploration and a drill program of up to 5,500 meters at our Millennium Cobalt Copper project in Queensland. That is a sole funded program that's being directed by Metal Bank. They just raised $10 million and are putting an initial $1 million to earn 51% at Millennium.
Do you want to briefly discuss as well just the timeline for some of these drill results we can expect to see?
Yeah, so I think on the Millennium side, on the Australian side, there's the drill program is going to commence in early April. So we expect to have constant news flow over the next several months from drilling, reporting, and assays from there. And then on our programs in Nevada that are being directed by Global Energy Metals, we expect to have very constant news flow again over the next several months ahead with exploration initiatives that we have planned, a drilling campaign, as well as results from previous drill work and future drill work as well.
I appreciate these insights, Mitchell. Thanks so much for coming out today.
Excellent. Thanks very much for having me, and certainly look to coming back very soon as we've got a lot of news flow, as I mentioned.
And on that note, folks, I want to pass that question off to you. What do you guys think about the current commodities market? What do you think? What's your thoughts on global energy metals here? We'd love to hear about it. Eventually, maybe we'll do an investor Q&A down the road, but also consider subscribing, because as the news comes down, as he mentioned, as these results come into the wire here, we'll obviously update you. So stay cool, stay awesome. And on that note, I look forward to catching you guys in the next one.